Meg, Brogan, you were both a big part of the team that got promoted to Super League last year. Starting with you, Meg, how have you found the season now the regular campaign's over?
Yeah, it's been a massive step up. We're coming across teams that have been established in Super League for at least a season. Some been there since the start of Super League. So yeah, you notice a massive change, and we're coming across players that we've never played against before, or some that we've not seen since like under 14s, under 16s. Yeah, it's a massive step up, but I think like as a team we've also stepped up to that level. Like to finish in the position of the table that we have shows how much we've even improved since last year, and hopefully continue that momentum into playoffs and next season.
And Brogan, how have you found that step up personally? What's the main stuff that you've learned?
We've upped intensity at training. I think we realised it wasn't enough just to be training twice a week on the field. We had to up our training in our spare time and our con as well, and our comms. Our cons increased massively in that time. How many people have smiled and waved have gone past? Our cons increased massively since last year, and what we're doing off the pitch is really, really important. Last year we used to winning. We won pretty much every game last year, and it's a good feeling to be winning, because losing sucks. And we've had to learn to lose this year and learn to rally around each other and how we kind of pick each other off the ground and go again if we do concede first. And I think that's been a really important lesson we've learned this year.
And just sticking with you, Brogan, your stats this year have been pretty off the scale, good, top of the charts across a few stats. I mean, you must have really enjoyed yourself this year.
Yeah, it's been good. It's been hard work. I leave the pitch and I try not to show it on the pitch with the girls around me, because like I do have a relatively good fitness level, but I'm absolutely shattered. I try not to let it show, because you never want to show weakness to the other team. You never want that person who's bent over looking tired, because that's the first person the other team are going to run at. So I never try and look tired, but my God, I'm shattered. But I'm determined to stay top of them charts for tackles and ball carries by the end of the year. I want my name up there with the top, with the likes of St Helens and Leeds and all the best players in the country, essentially. I want my name up there with them, so I'm going to keep fighting for it.
Meg, have you got a standout moment from the season so far, whether it's just a moment or a game in particular?
A moment or game? Playing at the stadium, that was good. It was the first tackle in a long time that I've made where the crowd's gone, ooh, that was dead good. It's a dead good feeling. But being at the stadium, having the backing from the fans as they're getting there for the men's game, having the men's team sat around supporting as well, like you don't see that in many other clubs, if any. So that was pretty standout. I think, to be fair, having our first couple of games in pre-season, trying to figure out like who we were and our style of play, like even though like we lost some games, like we were finding our feet, we were getting used to that step up, and when we played those teams again, like it's just a massive improvement. Like the 2 league games are, a great example of that, and hopefully will decrease the points difference next time we play them.
And I say so far because you've obviously qualified for the playoffs in Super League. First time of asking. Meg, you must be really proud of that accomplishment as a team.
Yeah, amazing. Again, like first season in Super League to make playoffs, it's an absolute great feat, and finishing so high in the table as we have as well. Like you look at some teams in the past and their first Super League season compared to ours, and the pass rate and the completion rate of the teams, like it's amazing to be part of.
And Brogan, you're taking on Lee this weekend in the semi-final. How are you feeling ahead of that one?
Nervous. I think a lot's riding on it. We said at the start of the season we don't care about how the season goes. Our aim was to build and build all year and get into playoffs, and then compete at playoffs and hopefully ultimately win and keep our place in Super League. So I think it's been a very long season building up to this moment, so obviously we're all a little bit nervous, but I think if we play the way that I know we can play, we're more than capable of getting the win. It's just, can we rally around each other in that moment, and can we be the better team on the day? I think it's going to come down to who wants it the most on Sunday, and better be us.
And Meg, just finally, you just mentioned it then actually, the last time we went to Twist Lane you could see a massive improvement in the way they played. Obviously the deficit was more than halved. You just got to be wanting to close that gap this weekend then and make up the deficit.
Yeah, definitely. Our first game compared to our last, like I said, like massive improvement. Like they put nearly 60 on us last time, and then first time, and then last time it was next to nothing, and hoping to close that gap and kind of overtake it, kind of switch the scoreline around. you know,
back for loss as well now, aren't they?
yeah, and it'll be a good personal battle, to be honest, because my mum plays for Lee, so it'll be good to kind of rub it in her face. Hope she wears a Salford shirt and not a Lee shirt.
All the incentive. Good luck this weekend, girls.
Ta-la.
Thanks, Harry.